So, sio kila siku relationship problems, oh, ameniacha, oh, naachwa, oh, nataka kumuacha. Sometimes people actually send us very interesting questions. And today someone is asking, do you know any hotel etiquette that you can share with us when one is on a date?
Girl, that's an easy one.
What you mean easy? What you mean easy?
Okay, sorry. Hospitality management, but continue.
Unaona huyu alienda shule ndo aende date, you know? For those of us, as those who have to do this kienyeji style, I understand the anxiety. I understand not knowing what hand the fork goes on and the knife. I understand that when you're cutting your steak, karibu uangushe tu meza sababu unafanya hivi. Don't do that, okay? First of all, order something off of the menu that you can eat comfortably, okay? Don't be the first person because you've seen a fancy menu, inasema spaghetti anga what? Unasema nataka hii. Hata you can't even pronounce it. Unasema waiter, he. Just order something simple. If it's your first time, say thank you God for bringing me here for the first time. I will order my regular rice and beans and I will eat them comfortably with grace and dignity, and then you will bless me. Because I behaved, you will bless me and bring me back here and I can sample the menu again. That's first of, yeah, just that. Order something simple that you can eat comfortably.
Yeah. I think when it comes to these high-end hotels, often people get really, really confused and taken aback because there is so much cutlery.
True.
You have like 3 forks, 3 knives, and then you still have 2 things over here. Like sometimes they even 3. So this is what you do. Once you sit on your table, always remember, you always eat from the outwardmost cutlery going inwards. Okay. So the first course will probably require you to use the outwardmost. The second course, hivyo. And then the final meal, which is usually dessert, is the one for the ones up the top here. So the dessert fork, the dessert knife, and sometimes the spoon, yeah? Another thing, ilinisumbua, by the way, this one disturbed me. Ilikuwa inanipatia strains. Because I'm like, which side does the fork go? Which side does the spoon go and the knife go and or whatever? So, you know that forklift? The forklift that they use to carry stuff. Just remember that forklift. And when you say forklift, what does that say? Forks on your left. So forks are always on the left, and therefore you eat with the fork on the left. As you are cutting into your meat, unaonanga nyama inakuanga na 2 strikes hivi, inakanga ni kama inakaa side moja, nyama yote inaenda na 2 straights, tunaenda 2 threads, tunaenda side moja. If you're cutting into meat, always cut against the grain. Yeah. So kama nyama inakaa hivi 2 stripes tuwake, cut against that grain. Okay? Another very important thing is vufu. Watu ambao wanapenda kukunywa supu unasikia tu. Come on, guys.
Don't do that.
Come on, guys.
Don't do that.
We don't do that here. We do not do that.
Use
First
a spoon.
of all, you use and it's not just any spoon. Unaona ile spoon inakanga iko na kakichwa kakubwa uko like, hii spoon imenona. You're like, what is
like
this?
Like a kaihori.
Yes, it looks like a radar, but it is the size of a spoon. That's the one that you are about to use. So what you do is, if this is your soup bowl, take your spoon, take a scoop of whatever the soup is, and then move it towards the other outer edge of the plate, so that hii yenye inabakia isiende inakumagikia everywhere. Please. You take your spoon, take up a sip or whatever the size you want to eat or consume, then move it towards the edge of that bowl so that all the excess off of this spoon is taken off, and then you can now.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to ask, okay?
Boy,
do not be afraid to ask. Hey. Don't think, they're going to laugh at me.
Nobody will laugh at you.
Just ask. Some of them are actually even happy to show you what's going on. And don't use equipment that you do not know how to.
Please.
Haujai tumia chopstick kwa maisha yako. Gadhoni, alafu menu umeitisha noodles. Okay? Gadhoni, can you do not order noodles?
Yeah.
And do not use chopsticks if you have not used them before, okay? Yeah, it's very embarrassing.
Yeah, I think my brother once did that thing where you try and, so you're holding the fork and then you try and cut through the meat and then the meat, chup, ikasamoka.
Okay.
Ikasamoka, ikaenda
Utaokota.
frying. The
Mimi
bird
nitaokota.
is like, is not my life in your mouth. I am about to fly. So basically, another thing you can always remember is they give you those, guy, and by the way, that's another one. Unajua tule vitu tunaleteangwa hapo tunakaa kama kanyamo, you're like, hey, I'm going to eat this. No, sometimes, just confirm, sometimes it's not an amuse bush, it's not a palate cleanser, it really is a compressed
paper
towel.
Yeah.
So confirm that it is a compressed paper towel, and then once they wet it for you, panguza mkono vizuri, shikilia nyama yako vizuri, anza kukazana nayo.
Usifikirie ni patko, uingize kwa mdomo,
ianze
kufura.
You're like, what
Utafanya
is going on?
Sponsor atakulipia gari urudi nyumbani. Don't do that.
Do not embarrass yourself like that. Na watu wa kukoroga, unajua tunaletangwa, would you like a coffee at the end of your meal? You know these bougie restaurants, they always give you coffee and a dessert. Ndio isaidie na
digestion.
Kusiaga, exactly.
Usianze kusinzia kwa meza.
Food coma because you've eaten all of 7-course meals, my friend. When you take your cup of tea, it's always, again, same thing, always lift with your left. And when you're stirring the tea, usigonge yani you've become the bell ringer of that restaurant.
Ting,
Yeah, can you please humble yourself, dear sir?
You actually reminded
dear madam.
me.
Somebody,
Hey, I went to for dinner, and then they're like, can I get you some coffee after your meal? And they're like, hapana, mimi nataka kulala. Nataka kwenda kulala saizi. I'm like, sir, it won't affect your sleep.
It's a little
It's solely for the purpose of just helping with digestion.
Metabolism. So please, it's always, you move your spoon back and forth.
Yeah.
12 and 6.
But we live and learn.
6. But don't worry. Imagine it's never that serious. But the most important one, always remember which side is which. Fork, lift. Okay? We are good. I feel like we've given you enough. Oh, and napkins. Where do you put your napkin? Always put it on your thigh.
Yeah.
But
najua hizi vitu.
Do not confuse yourself, Ati. Sometimes it can be quite embarrassing. If you really know the kind of person you are and you're a clumsy eater like myself, it's okay for you to grab a little bit of it and put it on your chest so that you don't pour everything out. And then when you're done, you fold it nicely, unafunga vizuri hivi, unaekelea kwa meza. Ukipanguza lipstick yote na serviette, usiekelea hapo kila mtu aone lipstick yako. No, you fold it and cover your dirt and then put it to the side.
And another thing, karibu tusahau kutumia toothpick. Gadhoni, I'm speaking to you directly. Toothpick, okay? Please cover your mouth, okay? Always. Don't be that person who's like this in our mouth, showing us, you know, where you're removing your teeth from. Hii imestick kwa gap ya meno, ebu niangalilie. Please, cover your mouth if it's necessary. Stop kissing the air. Please don't be that person.
Don't be that guy. Cover your mouth, use your toothpick, and then use a napkin, cover that up, and put that on the side. Some of these things are pretty much second nature after the second, third date. Vikombe za glass. Vitu ni mingi. Mambo ni mengi, masani machache. Okay? Your glasses are always, again, in the order of what you're consuming first, going to what you're consuming last. So, and they're always put on your right. Why? Easy access. So, usiweke kombe kwa right, uanze kuisongesha left. Are you mad? Can you leave it alone? Can you leave it?